Okay, folks. Got to talk to y'all today about a subject. Let's see. Hold on. Let's see if I can get this straightened out here. Okay, I want to talk to y'all about a subject. I recently was on Facebook and was talking to a person, and they were talking like they were single, or I thought they were. I'm not for sure. I can't remember as far back as that, but it was either they said they were single or I thought they were. So either way, it came out to be, and somehow they were single, whether they were or weren't. So they go through all the talking, and I tell them about my ministry, and I went through. We get talk. Next thing you know, we're talking about. I said something about they could probably come down here sometime to visit me. They didn't live that far away. They were in like another county or something in the same state. Okay. Next thing I know, we're talking about me sending them a picture of my face. Like from your head to your chin, that kind of picture. Send a clean picture like that. Thought I did. Next thing I know, they come out the woodwork talking about they're not talking about a relationship because they married. People. And I know I got a little ahead of myself before I even told you that I was Isaac David Bregman, the pastor of the Christian Hearts Christian Fellowship online ministry. I get on, my ministry is on YouTube, Facebook, and speakers.com, and or speaker.com, however you want to say it, and on Twitter. That's right. That's because if you look at Facebook, you'll see where I am Christian Hearts when I do my ministry on Facebook, and I will have it on there where I do videos and where I do podcasts on the program that I do, because I always send out copies of it to Facebook. Anyhow, point is, what is the point of people? You selling, folks. I ain't no dummy. If you got a problem with something I'm doing, tell me. Stop this mess about, oh, by the way, I'm married. Yeah, but you weren't nowhere near married the first time we talked, because you didn't you didn't ever say nothing about it. It's like, you said and done everything a single person does. Don't give me that. So, stop the mess. Stop the insanity. If you are that way, say so and drop it. Don't start this mess about what you are or aren't, and you won't say nothing about it. I've seen this before, where people start telling folks what they are or aren't. You get all this belief in you that you know what a person is. Next thing you know, you found out you got lied to, because then they come back, oh, I'm really this way, that way. Oh, are you now? Are you, quote unquote, this way? Well, then why, quote unquote, did you not tell nobody? Because you probably weren't until something happened. When people get scared, and this message is a message, because a lot of times I will start doing a random preaching to you when something comes up in my mind that I believe I need to talk about. So it's sort of like a preaching and counseling all in one. And it just got on my mind why I do this mess, why I talk to people, why I say to people what you are or aren't if you're not that way, why I tell people in all your wisdom and all your glory and all your whatever, why you going to tell people what you are or aren't if you're not that way. Have not figured it out in all my life why you would do that, folks, if you're not that way. If you're not married, say so. If you are married, say so. Don't play those head games. Gets on my nerves when I sit there and hear you people talk that way, and you think I'm stupid enough to fall for it. I'm stupid enough to not catch it. I'm stupid enough not to believe it. Look, I believe you when you tell it like it's true. But if it ain't true, don't tell it that way. That's what I'm saying. Hold on, alarm clock. But I'm saying, if you're not that way, don't say you are. I've seen grown men and women do it before. It's getting ridiculous. You just like to play head games and like to get away with something. You think, how far can I get playing head games without cussing, without saying one dirty word? Oh, I can say a dirty word. I mean, my game's done shot. But if I could figure out how to talk clean and get away with something dirty. Now you say, brother, how can being clean be dirty? When you use clean words in the wrong manner to talk to somebody about God and Jesus and about wanting to visit them and wanting to meet them in person when you probably got something going on or not. But then turn around at the last minute and say, oh, well, I got a husband or a wife. Well, that tells you right there, or boyfriend or girlfriend, that's what you call a clean version of being dirty. Where you use kind words to hurt people's feelings, to play with their hearts and emotions. And I'll tell you something, folks, that's getting stupid. How you going to sit there and do that? God didn't do that to nobody. When God done what he done to people, God was talking to them straight up in their face like he's supposed to. And y'all know God did that. But y'all want to sit there and tell me that I'm supposed to be a certain way and I'm supposed to act a certain way. But then if I do act that way or be that way, guess what happens? Oh, you get in trouble with people because they don't understand, what you're doing. You were doing what you thought they were doing. Then you find out later that clean conversation was dirty the whole starting with. Because if they already had something going on with somebody else, they should have said something. They shouldn't have been leading you on, letting you think you had something with them when you didn't. Because if you don't have nothing with them, what's the point of even talking to you? What's the point of having a conversation if you got something? I've seen it happen how many times, folks. You're going to talk to somebody and they're going to talk to you. They started the conversation or you started it. Hey, how you doing today, folks? Then they're, hey, how you doing today, folks? Back and forth, you're, hey, how you doing? And it sounds like the perfect conversation. You think they ain't got nothing going on. You go to talking. Hey, how you doing? You want to come visit me or me visit you? You want to see my face? And going on there. The next thing you know, it get too serious to them, even though you never said a dirty word in the whole conversation. They turn around and act like, oh no, brother, we can't be doing this. I've got a boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife. Well, in my case, if a mistake is made like that, it certainly would be that they lied to you and say you got a husband or a boyfriend, because I sure enough ain't going to be doing nothing to get me in trouble on any other direction. But the point I'm trying to get at is, why the world do y'all sit there and tell people y'all got something going on if you don't? I tell you, I told you, and this is me doing it. I told you folks that when I preach, I'm preaching on godly things from the Bible and not from the Bible, back and forth. And I'm doing some godly preaching that is not in the Bible, but it also is in the Bible. Because every clean thing I ever said, regardless of if it's word for word out the Bible or word for word in the Christian world, it's still in the Bible in some form. Like that about deceiving people. Look at it like this. What did the snake do to Eve? The snake told Eve I'll tell you something. The snake told Eve, take of this apple or fruit or whatever it was that grew from the tree of the knowledge of good and evil. Next thing you know, she believed him. And she took upon herself to partake of that fruit. And come to find out he was lying. It's the same thing with dirty or clean conversation. You can convince a man who's trying to be good all you want about how you ain't got nobody, how you want to come visit them, how you just want a clean facial picture of them and nothing else, how you want to talk about God and Jesus, and then you can turn around and then when it gets to a certain level, look, if you don't want to come visit somebody, just say so. Don't turn around and act like you got a problem with them. I tell you something, folks. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting tired of how people treat folks. There are people that'll be false friends also. Oh, I'm talking about different falsifications that people put upon you. Well, you know what? There ain't even falsifications If I'm your buddy, I'm your friend, I'm your pal, but I'm not your friend, I'm not your buddy, I'm not your pal, because I'll sit there and backstab you all day and night. I just wait for you to die so I can get anything I want from you. And you know what? That is very ridiculous. That's very stupid. Sit there and act like you got something going on with a man, woman, or child, and you don't even care about them. You don't even worry about them. You don't even care if they lived or died. You just want what they got. That's messed up. I've seen it before. Every time I turn around. This year's been crazy. Last year's been crazy. But it was the end of last year and the beginning of this year that gotten so wacko. I'm going to tell you, folks, you don't understand life until you've lived it. And you're going to tell me I'm wrong all the time. Sorry, but I don't see me wrong all the time. I see me trying to do what God said and not doing so well at it because I didn't get it. I didn't understand it. I didn't see it because a lot of you people have made it look like it was crystal clear to see the world as it is. When knowing the world is not the way you portray it, if you don't portray it as the way God said to portray the world. Portray as in like show, I'm not talking about the do something bad to somebody betrayal. I'm talking about the portrayal as in the one where you show the world the way it is, show something the way it is. Portray it in the true light, that kind of thing. Not the one of the backstabbers. I'm going to tell you today, I'm your friend, but tomorrow, when somebody asks, do I know you? I'm going to say, I know you not. What was that? Peter? What's that, Peter? Did you say you didn't know God? Did you say you didn't know Jesus? Did you say that? Oh, that's a betrayal. When you thought your life was in danger, you turned around and denied God. You turned around and denied God. Told him you didn't know him. And he told you was going to do it, but did you listen? No, I'm not going to do that. Well, explain that to him then. How in the world are you going to sit there and say you didn't do something that you did do and you will do more than once if you think about it? And here I am, a man of 34, almost 35-year-old, and I'm talking like this. I tell you something, folks, it's really stupid to think that there are people in this world that will actually talk to you, say no dirty words, you say no dirty words, and it's still dirty just because the fact that there's all of a sudden a speed bump they hit. Oh, you hit a speed bump. How you gotta say you're married, or you got a boyfriend, or you got a girlfriend, or you're a husband or a wife, to whoever you're talking to. Come on now, if you got this thing going on, be honest about it. Say something about it. Don't sit there and be talking like you can't even talk at all. I'm getting tired of it all when you don't even want to talk to nobody about nothing but nothing. This is me. I know you can't see me too well, and I know I probably look shabby, but you know what? I don't care. There will be days you will see my face, and there will be days you won't. But the point I'm trying to make is what words come out of my mouth is what is. And I'm telling you, folks, it's going to come a day when you're going to say that to the right person, and that's going to be the right one to get you in some deep trouble. Because you're going to say this mess somebody. Why talk about God to a person and promise or make it sound like you're going to come visit them? Make it sound like, I'm going to visit you, 1. We're going to talk about God, 2. I want to see your face, 3. It don't matter what order it came in. You wanted to talk about God. You wanted to see a picture of my face. You wanted to act like it was going great, the conversation, and something could happen. And then you turn around and act like, at a certain point, whoa, you're married. Oh, well, where was his husband before? Where was he at before? Oh, I don't know. He must have mysteriously showed back up what he do. Fake his own death? I'm not saying he did. I'm saying, what is it? When you got to go that far. Well, I don't know, but I got to let y'all go. God bless you. I want to pray. I pray that each person that does some mess like I'm speaking of will get their act together, start acting like you ask them to, and do what you say. I pray for the President of the United States, the next President of the United States, the White House, Washington, D.C., the United States, the whole world, and for all folks to get it right. In the name of God and Jesus, I pray. Amen and amen.